Greetings YouTube, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome to another peek at an early access game. This time we're revisiting a game called Space End Traders by Digital Games. Now, Space End Traders is a space shooter with RPG and trading mechanics. It's aimed at young children and families, so it's definitely a niche market on Steam. This game I had a look at over 12 months ago, and while it was very rough at the time, it showed a lot of promise. The game has made it through the Steam greenlight process and should hopefully be available sometime this year on Steam. I don't have a release date yet, but this is the latest build from the developer who's been kind enough to share it with me. We're going to have a look now and see what 12 months of development has done to this game. You can now log into Space End Traders and have an account which will keep your character details, so you can play across multiple devices. And you can also swap between the different difficulties on the fly. Easy mode for newer players and younger players. Hard mode for co-op and the more seasoned veterans of shooter games. And child mode, which is great for very young children to enjoy the game with a little bit less stress, less difficulty. We can swap between the solo mode with one player controlling the spaceship, and co-op with one player controlling a ship and the other player controlling a turret and shooting down enemies. Once we get into the game, we can see some of the RPG and trading mechanics that they've added, and this is all new. You start off with a space station. We've only got the one, but as you complete missions and amass currency, you'll be able to get collectibles to unlock additional space stations and use the money you earn to trade between the different stations. You can upgrade your population to earn yourself some more income, and as you go, you'll be able to trade between your different stations, purchase upgrades for your character, and also purchase new ships. You can see here we also have to earn money to keep our space stations operational. Docking with the space station, you can also access the trading and upgrades for your station, as well as view your scoreboard. So the scoreboard will be a really good addition once the game comes out. You'll be able to, the younger players will be able to compete with their friends and family. You can earn money by doing a patrol, which is just basically a mission at the space station, earning money and also getting collectibles. Now you can use that money and collectibles by upgrading your spaceship, and also upgrading your space station, and also buying things to trade with. Once you've got additional space stations, you'll be able to trade between the stations. And of course our collectibles, very useful. They will have both passive upgrades for your character, and also the ability to unlock additional space stations. Now finally, I had to mention these space crates. They operate in the same manner as loot crates, but they are purchased with in-game currency. There isn't a real currency aspect to buying these. So for those parents and families worried about microtransactions, these are bought with in-game currency only. And as far as I know, that's not going to change, and that's a good thing for a game marketed towards younger kids. I wouldn't like to see microtransactions in a game marketed towards children. So let's jump into the game and actually do a mission, and I'll show you some of the combat mechanics of the game. And here we are doing a combat run. This is a patrol, and the goal of the patrol is basically to take out as many enemy ships as you can, and to try and hold out as long as you can before your ship sustains too much damage and you're returned to the space station. Now one of the really good things about this is that you can't die in this. When you sustain enough damage, you'll just simply be forced back to the station and you'll have to repair your ship. So this is a really good idea for younger players. It does remove a lot of the frustration around dying for newer players, and it adds a bit of challenge for the more experienced players to try and last as long as you can. Now, looking at the combat, you can see here the enemies are a lot smarter now. They're a lot more unpredictable. So the game is a lot more challenging in terms of the battles. The controls are a lot less janky than when I last looked at the game. There's now a counter, a score counter for your kills, which is one of the things that I suggested in the last video. And there's also multiple different power-ups for your ship, as well as money and collectibles that you can pick up. So these were all of the things that I suggested in the last video. The developers taken them on board and they've added them into the game, which is fantastic. Now, one of the things that I do have to criticize the game for at the moment is that you can't control your shooting with the ship. That the ship will constantly fire projectiles, and you just have to guide the ship as best you can. But again, it's a rather minor gripe, and the developer has addressed most of the issues I had in the last video. Now, as you can see, my ship's taken a couple of hits, and when you take enough damage, you're going to be forced back to the space station, as you can see. But we've earned a little bit of money here, and we can now use that money to repair our ship, which we'll do. And we can see how many kills we made. So 38 ships, and we killed a couple of meteors as well. Not too bad for a early attempt with one of the first ships in the game. We didn't get any collectibles this round, but that's okay. We got a little bit of extra money. These S&T dollars will give us a little bit of extra cash to use. And what we can do now is we can upgrade our ship. We can upgrade the ship damage, speed, and so forth. And we can also upgrade the ship appearance. So this, I haven't worked out how to actually get this working. I think this feature's broken at the moment. But eventually we'll be able to paint our ship and give it a custom look. Unfortunately, our ship's not available. So this is something that will come in a future release. Here's where we can trade with each of our different traders. So we've only got the one trader at the moment. We can actually sell the resources that we get from our missions. So we got a little bit of alloy, some silicon, H2O, some oxygen, some water. Where's my high school physics knowledge now? Electronics, electronic scrap, and this holophium. Looks like an alien element. And he'll actually go and buy these for a little bit of money, so we can sell some stuff to him like so. And we can earn a little bit of money. So the S&T is our universal currency in the game. And then we can go and we can buy some of these space crates if we wish to as well. And going back to the ship here, we can upgrade our population as well. The population appears to go up over time. So the higher the population, the more money that you will make. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the co-op play in the game. And here we are in the 2-player cooperative mode. And this is another thing that has changed significantly since the last time I looked at this game. The 2-player mode now has both players with their own separate ships, their own separate fire controls. And definitely is a lot more fun than the previous incarnation. It feels a lot more organic. The players can work together to take out the enemy ships and can also earn a little bit of money for the space station and for themselves. But the controls do take a little bit of getting used to. One player controls the ship with the mouse, and the other player controls their ship with the keyboard. But yeah, very good. I think the only complaint that I have is that there is currently a bug with the 2-player mode where the players, one or both of them, sometimes don't take any damage. As you can see in this mode, we've been playing this for about 15 minutes at this point, and the second player isn't taking actually any damage to their shields, which is a little bit of a bug. Hopefully something the developer will have a look at. It is intermittent, but unfortunately it does break the game a bit in that you can essentially play this game forever with 2 players. Let's have a look at the children's mode now and see what the differences are between that and the single player. And here we have the child mode. and this is basically a very simplified version of the base game. Now, playing child mode is very simple. The controls are nice and easy. I've actually got my little buddy Mr. Bobbles again volunteering to play the game. You move left and right by using the left and right mouse buttons, and the fire control again is automatic. So the child mode basically just has the combat section of the game. You don't need to worry about trading or working on your space station at all. All you'll do is try and get as many kills as you can, and then when you take too much damage, you'll be dropped back to the space station. The repairs are automatic, and you'll automatically be dropped back into the game again. So a very simple, easy concept, and it makes the game accessible to young children and children with disabilities, which is a really, really good idea. So I definitely commend them to adding this mode. It makes the game accessible for children of all ages. So let's have a look at what my final thoughts are on this game. So what is my final thoughts on this game? Well, the developer has gone a long way in 12 months. They've taken a game that is a very simple space shooter, and they've added a lot of extra functionality, a lot of depth, and a lot of replayability. In fact, when the developer told me what their plans were for the game, even I had my doubts. But they've delivered on a lot of what they have been trying to achieve, and hopefully in the long run we'll be able to see a really, really good finished product. Now, I don't have a release date on Steam yet, as the developer is still working away at this game, and unfortunately there isn't a demo available for public consumption. But when we have a demo and when we have a release date, I'll definitely let you guys know. I'm also going to leave an update to the game and the website on this video if you want to know a little bit more. But looking forward to seeing what the developer can do, and looking forward to seeing this game on Steam. If you have a family, if you have any younger gamers that you're wanting to get into gaming, to get into games on Steam, this is a natural choice when it comes out. So, still happy to place my seal of approval on this. I'm hoping to see the game on Steam, and I'm hoping to play a little bit more of it with my family. If you liked this video, if you enjoyed any of the content so far, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and a subscribe if you feel so inclined, and hopefully you'll join me for the next review. Until next time, Skill Incarnate out.